The sounds of the holiday season would not be complete without the ringing of the Salvation Army bell. We discuss the history behind the bell and the great work of the Salvation Army year-round. It's all here on the next Latino Motion. Join us.
Choose to get lost in the woods to gain experience in forest management.
Choose to travel through time to understand the past.
Choose to soar to pursue a career in dance.
Stockton University offers 50 high-quality academic programs, small class sizes, and affordable tuition. Choose to match your interests and talents at one of New Jersey's nationally ranked universities.
Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is presented by Latino Motion Public Affairs Media, a New Jersey nonprofit corporation, and Stockton University. This edition of Latino Motion with Bert Lopez is brought to you by the HD Studios at the campus of Stockton University.
Funding for Latino Motion is provided by Atlanticare, offering primary, specialty, and urgent care, plus surgery and more. Atlantic City Electric, energy for a changing world. And South Jersey Gas.
Welcome to Latino Motion, a weekly interview show highlighting issues impacting New Jersey's Latino community while advancing understanding of Latino cultural heritage and contributions to our society. And here is your host, Bert Lopez.
Buenos dias and welcome to Latino Motion. The sounds of the holiday season include the ringing of the Salvation Army bell. And joining me is Major Frank Picciotto. Frank, Major, welcome to Latino Motion.
Well, thank you for inviting me, Mr. Bert Lopez. I'm really blessed to be here in your show and sharing the Salvation Army and its work in this community.
So obviously, we all are familiar with the ringing of the Salvation Army bell. There's a lot of history behind it. Just wanted to give you an opportunity to tell us a little more about the significance of the ringing of the Salvation Army bell.
Well, in December of 1891, the Salvation Army, a captain just like me in San Francisco, had resolved to provide a free Christmas dinner to the area of poor people. And so by 1895, the kettle was used in 30 Salvation Army locations in various sections of the West Coast area. And so in 1898, in New York, the world hailed the Salvation Army kettles as the newest and most novel device for collecting money. And so the newspaper also observed this, and it said, "There is a man in charge to see that contributions are not stolen." And so in 1901, kettle contributions in New York City provided funds for the first mammoth sit-down dinner in Madison Square Garden, a custom that continued for many years. And so today, donations to the Salvation Army kettles at Christmas time support the holiday meals for homeless and needy families, but also help the Salvation Army serve 30 million people through a myriad of other services all year long. And so we're blessed to be able to continue to ring the bell in this area.
I know that I watched It's a Wonderful Life, and I believe even in that movie, there was someone, might have got my movies confused, but I believe there was the ringing of the Salvation Army bell in that movie. So certainly it's been around for a very long time. And you know, if you go to the local Walmart, you're going to see someone out there ringing the bell. Tell me about this holiday season and how you support the community thanks to the donations that do come in through this effort.
Well, we were blessed this year to provide 350 Thanksgiving turkey meals to local residents. We were blessed to have the turkey and all the necessities that go with it. So you could bring it home and cook it and just have a wonderful family meal. And it's all about family for me, to bring family together. And that's what Thanksgiving is all about. We also started with the Angel Tree program. And so this helps families with children in the area with new toys as well as clothing that kids can get, you know, under their Christmas tree. on December 25. And so that's another service that we provide. We also had a Thanksgiving dinner in our gym this year. And so last year we had to give out food through a takeout, but this year we were blessed to work with Bally's and community leaders, the Hard Rock. All the volunteers really were blessing us with helping feed those who were hungry. And so we provided 240 meals along with that.
So let's talk about the angel tree, because this is, for the Christmas holiday. These are individuals who are able to basically adopt a child or a family, be able to buy presents for them, and then bring it to the Salvation Army. And the kids do receive those gifts.
Yes. Right now, we're blessed working with Walmart. Walmart has a registry for us. It's called Walmart Registry, and so we're trying to work with those who are donors to easily, go onto that registry, as well as contact my wife, Major Shanna. She handles the agentry program. My wife really, works hard to make sure that each and every child that comes to our door to be able to get a toy as well as clothing, so that they could have a wonderful and Merry Christmas.
So I was able to sign up for the Angel Tree through my company. Atlantic City Electric is a sponsor as well, getting its employees engaged in the Angel Tree. So I'm happy that I had an opportunity to participate, and I'm glad that it's going to families, local families here in Atlantic County, correct?
Yes. And there's a good majority of families who we help out are Latinos. We're surrounded by a lot of immigrants where we're at, and so we're blessed to help every individual child that comes here, every family. It's not just Latinos, it's African Americans, Caucasian, every facet of society. We're really blessed to be in Atlantic City.
And I know that the Salvation Army is throughout the South Jersey. So I know there's a chapter in the Vineland area.
Yes.
There's also one in Turnersville, over in the Gloucester County area, as well as Camden.
Yes.
So throughout South Jersey, you are able to find a Salvation Army to be able to make donations and make it a happy holiday season for many families. Let's talk about the need right now. And I know that, COVID certainly has had a big role in terms of the situation that many people may be facing economically. You may see that the need has increased. Are you seeing that in your organization, that there's a bigger need to help more?
Well, here in Atlantic City, during the COVID-19 pandemic, we served thousands of meals to individuals. And we've been at the forefront of those in need in the community for basic necessity. That includes food, hygiene kits, clothing, coats, food baskets, hot meals through our soup kitchen. We served about a 288% increase over the year before. And especially now, the Red Kettle campaign will enable us to continue throughout the remainder of the year to serve those needy families for the holidays. And, it's not just during the holidays, it's throughout the whole year. We're at the forefront. The Salvation Army in Atlantic City has been here for 130 years. And so we've been blessed to be a stable here in this area. We've been in this location here at 22 South Texas Avenue since 1976. And so a lot of people know who we are and what we do. And again, we're blessed to serve the community.
Well, it's certainly great that your organization is around to help those in need, particularly during this holiday season. Let's give out your contact information once again, particularly those families who are in need. Who should they call? Is there a phone number or website they should visit?
Well, we always have that main phone number that you gave out before, the 609-344-0660. Extension 501 is the social service extension. We have a great caseworker. Her name is Miss Jessie. She's very compassionate in helping the families out. We also have here diapers as well. And we're blessed to have some, baby food like formulas for the children. And so, we're trying to help not only adults, but also children in this time of the year.
So we want to talk a little bit more about the other programs and other services that you do provide throughout the course of the year. It's not just during the holidays. We want to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Latino Motion. Welcome back to Latino Motion. We continue our discussion with Major Frank Picciotto with the Atlanta City Salvation Army. And Major, thank you so much. We did cover a little bit about the history of the Salvation Army. It's been around for a very, very long time. And all of the wonderful things that you do during the holiday season to support families. But this is not just during the holiday season. Obviously, you have a presence year-round. So let's talk about some of the other programs that you also provide residents in their local community.
The Salvation Army does a lot of work during Christmas season, and it's great to be able to help everybody, and it's really a thankful time of the year. But the suffering goes on throughout the whole year, and we're in a location between Texas and Pacific, where there's a lot of struggle with drugs and alcoholism and sex trafficking, things like that. A lot of brokenness in the area, and we see a lot of individuals that are struggling with addictions. And so we're able to help people working with Hope One and getting people to detox, and also adult rehab center that lasts from 6 to 8 months. It's places like in Philadelphia that we have locations, Trenton, Wilmington, Delaware, Newark, very many locations where we could help individuals who are struggling with addictions to get treatment. And so it's a great program. There's a lot of success rate going on with that. And so we're on the street each and every day trying to help people either through the soup kitchen or food pantry who are struggling. And
I know that Hope One has certainly been very successful in engage in almost every community event.
Yes.
They participated certainly with the Hispanic Association and other groups throughout the community. So it's good to see that you're also partnering with them, and that's a great program. As far as shelter, housing, I know that you also play a role there as well, maybe with some rental assistance. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Well, during COVID-19, we were blessed to get some, grant money from FEMA, EFSP. We were able to help with utility and rental assistance. Starting in January 2022, we're going to be able to help with back rent up to 3 months for individuals who are struggling with that. And so hopefully that will alleviate the struggle that people go, and not able to pay their rent. And then working together with other agencies, I believe we can help a tremendous amount of people with, back rent.
Now, I know certainly that the need is great. You have limitations in terms of how much you can help. What are some of the other partners that you have that you work with?
Well, tomorrow we have a heart meeting here in the Salvation Army. Every month we meet every second week on Wednesdays at 10 o'clock. And so the partners that we have are, the Rescue Mission, the VOA, Jewish Family Services, Catholic Charities. We work with the police department as well because they have a community outreach. We work with the court system. And so working together with all the other agencies and partners, I think we can make a tremendous dent in the problems that we have in Atlantic City.
Again, I just want to mention that the Salvation Army is throughout South Jersey. There are many chapters. There's one in Cumberland County that I'm aware of, one in Turnersville, and certainly in Camden. Certainly, Salvation Army is a trusted partner in the community. How important is it that you have that role, that mentor, that people trust the Salvation Army and are able to come to you where they may not be able to go to others because they may lack that trust. And particularly within the Latino community, that's certainly very important.
Well, for me, like both my wife and I are ordained ministers. We've been in the Salvation Army as ministers for 15 years. This is a full-time ministry. And so everything we do it for God first, and then, God says to love God with everything that you have and to love your neighbor. And so, we feel responsible, everything that we do get, whether it's monetary or food or clothing or anything, that we treat it as a good steward, to make sure that it's done properly, because we want to make sure that, we keep that trust between us and the community, as well as with God,
Yeah, and let's talk about the spiritual guidance and the services that you do provide as well.
Yeah, I mean, we're both, we have our Sunday service, we have Sunday school at 10, and then our holiness meeting, because God is holy. God desires us to be holy and to be Christ-like. And so it's important that the people come in on Sunday morning, that we teach from the Bible, the Holy Bible, from Genesis to Revelation. And then we have a service at 11 o'clock. And all the people that come in to our service are struggling in some ways, and so I believe that the church should be open to anybody to come in and just sit down and just to worship God and just hear a message from the Holy Bible.
Now, I know that you mentioned, particularly in Atlantic City, where you have such a diverse community, not everyone is Christian. Are your doors open for everyone, regardless of their religious background?
Right. I mean, we don't discriminate. We treat everybody, with love. And, for us, it's about helping people get back on their feet, stability, bringing people back with their families. A lot of people I speak to who are struggling have broken families, broken relationships. And so for me, it's, again, to help them internally, to lift their self-esteem, build up their character, and then, lead them in the right direction.
Now, Frank, if someone wants to contribute to help the Salvation Army, what's the best way to do that?
I mean, we've been blessed with food. People just come to the door and they drop food, coats right now. It's starting to get cold out there. I mean, we have a shower ministry. We have a shower here. And so if people want to donate, new underwear, that's something that, people don't really talk about.
Right.
And also, we always have hygiene kits, toiletries and stuff like that. But also, if they want to make a monetary donation, it's at 22 South Texas Avenue in Atlantic City. And it's the Salvation Army Community Center. It's about community. It's about bringing the community together. That's why I love the Thanksgiving dinner. It's about bringing people together and, breaking bread and then sharing the love of God with each other. So we can eliminate hatred and violence and discrimination. We have to eliminate all that and try to be peaceful with one another. I mean, when I was a kid, we knew our neighbors. Nowadays, people don't even know their neighbors. And so for me, it's about bringing neighbors together.
That's a wonderful sentiment and certainly great work that you're doing. We're going to continue. I know that you have a need for volunteers as well. Plus, we want to talk about an important event that's coming to our community, Three Kings Day. We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Latino Motion. Welcome back to Latino Motion. We continue our discussion with Major Frank Picciotto with the Salvation Army. And Major, we discuss a lot about the services you offer. Certainly, a large portion of your the residents that you serve happen to be Latinos. I want to talk with you about an important Latino holiday, which is the Three Kings, El Día de los Reyes, the Three Kings Day, or the Three Wise Men. And Frank, I know that you showed me a little token that you got from Puerto Rico. There you go. And in the island of Puerto Rico, as a child, I used to remember we used to put grass on a shoebox, put it under the bed, and then the next day you will get a gift. It was part of the, it was probably during that time more popular than Christmas, still relating to the birth of Christ, when the three wise men would bring in toys to the newborn baby Jesus. And it's still celebrated throughout Latin America, Puerto Rico, Mexico, and other parts of Latin America. And you're very familiar with the holiday as well, correct?
Yeah, I mean, my first, my home, the Salvation Army Church that I'm home for is in Queens Temple in Jackson Heights, Queens. And so that's a heavily populated Latino population. And so I remember when we were there, it was just wonderful to see how, they celebrate Three Kings Day, able to just remember, the purpose of it, three kings, just bringing, a present to Jesus. And so it's wonderful to see that being celebrated even today, and that, it's very important even today for us.
I do want to put up the poster, if you will, the flyer up on the screen. The Hispanic Association of Atlantic County will be hosting El Día de los Reyes, the Three Wise Kings, or Día de los Reyes Magos. It's going to be January the 8th, and it's taking place at St. Michael's Columba Hall, which is really on Georgia Avenue, but the actual address is Mississippi, where the church is, and it's the building in the back. Parents could register to have their child receive gifts, and the three wise men will be there to give out the toys. I know that last year was a great event. Even with COVID, we had served 500 to 600 children. We had the families pre-register. We want them to do the same thing this year, pre-register. We sort out the toys for each family. And as they walk through and greet the three kings, they'll get their bag of toys and are able to move on. So we'll try to limit the contact, obviously keeping it safe because of COVID. And that's taking place again on January the 8th. So it's a great event. And hopefully, Major, you'll be able to join us that day.
Oh, yeah. I look forward to, being there and participate and just seeing how the kids are going to be smiling and just, blessing the children and making a difference in the children's lives. I'm an immigrant myself. And I remember when I came to this country at the age of 5 in 1972, it was hard for my parents and me and my brother. And so to make just a beautiful blessing upon their lives, I just like to see kids smiling and laughing and enjoying that time, and we thank the Latinos for, working together with us and helping those who are, new in this country and to have a better life. My parents came here for me and my brother to have a better life. And I know each and every parent that comes here, they want their children to have a better life. And so
exactly,
that's my prayer for everybody.
And I know that, the Hispanic Association, obviously, it's also engaged in looking for volunteers, but you have the need for volunteers as well. It's very important that, those bells don't ring themselves, right? You need people to ring the bells and to participate in some of the other events and programs that you offer. Can you tell us a little bit about the volunteers program that you have for the Salvation Army?
We're looking for volunteers again to ring the bells. We have many locations like Boscov, Walmart, Sam's Club. We're going to have ShopRite starting December 10th until December 24th is when we end. But maybe a group or family wants to volunteer, maybe for a couple of hours or maybe a whole day from 10 to 6. We're always looking forward for volunteers. The volunteer website is easternusa.salvationarmy.org. We want to also make sure that, everybody's safe. And so we do background checks on all the adults that participate in ringing the bells. But we're really blessed that, every donation that's collected at the Red Kettle helps us continue to serve the community again. And so we've been here like 130 years, and I'm sure, God wants us to be even longer so that we can make a big impact. We want this community to be lifted up, for everybody to, just be, in a stable situation. We want to bring families together. We want to lift up the city in prayer, as well as whatever we get, food and clothing and, other assistance that we have.
Let me just say that I'm glad you mentioned the point about the background check, so folks could feel assured that when they do donate, that the money is being utilized
Yes.
for the services of the Salvation Army. Certainly in 2020, maybe it wasn't such a great year for donations coming in. Are you hoping to have a better year in 2021 as people are out and about, being able to shop, and certainly more activity as far as the ringing of the bell and the kettle?
Yeah, and also I just wanted to say that you can also donate with your phone. We have Google Pay, Apple Pay, Venmo. There's like 4 ways to donate by phone. And so maybe, if you don't have any cash or change, you can donate by phone online. We also have a website. The Salvation Army of Atlantic City has a website, so you could also donate by, the website. And so we're trying to make it easier for individuals, because as the years go by, there's going to be less cash. And so we're trying to, bring ourselves up to the 21st century.
And as we approach the end of the year, certainly keeping track of your donations is important for your income tax. So if you're able to do it online, it's a lot easier to track and show that you are actually donating. So it's a little rough when you donate cash, but certainly given those options makes it ideal for most folks to give. And as far as the volunteers, about how many volunteers are you looking for?
As many as as many as we can get. It's been hard to get volunteers. I know everybody's trying to work as hard as possible. Some people might have 1, 2, 3 jobs, but we're open from Monday through Saturday. We don't ring on Sunday. That's the Lord's Day. So we want to make sure that we do that.
Major, unfortunately, that's all the time we have. Thank you so much for sharing this wonderful information, all the great work that you do, and the great history behind the Salvation Army. Thank you for joining us here on Latino Motion.
Well, thank you, Mr. Bert Lopez and Latino Motion, for inviting me and sharing the good things that we're doing here in the community.
You got it. And thank you once again for joining us. Feliz Navidad. Happy holidays.
Choose to get your feet wet, to learn more about protecting our environment.
Choose to read minds, to understand the human brain.
Choose to get your hands dirty, to create a masterpiece.
Stockton University offers 50 high-quality academic programs, small class sizes, and affordable tuition. Choose to match your interests and talents at one of New Jersey's nationally ranked universities.
Funding for Latino Motion is provided by Atlanticare, offering primary, specialty, and urgent care, plus surgery and more. Atlantic City Electric, energy for a changing world, and South Jersey Gas.